So after nearly a 3-month-long hiatus, my Neo Geo Omega is finally home. So to quickly catch you up if you're unfamiliar, my Neo Geo Omega began outputting scrambled video via the component connection. ArcadeWorks sent me a new component cable to rule that out first. And when it became clear that that wasn't the issue, I was then thankfully able to send them the system for repair. I don't think there is a need to over-dramatize what has gone on email for email over the past 10 weeks, but instead I'm going to focus on 3 simple things. First, does the component video work? That was the entire purpose of sending this unit out for repair. Hopefully it does, or else this whole process was kind of a wash. Number 2, they offered to upgrade me to the latest Unibios while they had the unit. Actually, ArcadeWorks reached out to me and asked if I wanted the unit returned as is, or if I minded waiting just a little bit longer, a few days at the most, I think was the quote, for version 3.3. And at that point, it had already been over a month, and so I said, sure. Well, after another 4 weeks of waiting, I emailed and asked if they could just ship the unit back. I didn't want to wait more than a month for an updated Unibios. I got a tracking number and the unit shipped, and I have no idea if they got around to upgrading this or not, so it will be a true surprise for me when I power up for the first time, and hopefully that is the only surprise I'm going to have. Number 3, and this is a bit of a conspiracy theory one. I've seen at least one report of someone indicating that the motherboard they received back in their repaired unit had some things that varied from traditionally known MV1C boards. The printing on the board itself, the cart connector, Sony chips rather than WinBond, and a 42-pin BIOS. I have pics of my original board from before I mailed it, so after confirming the first 2 points, I'm going to open this up and take a look at what's inside. Finally, just to reiterate and be clear, this isn't a witch hunt of any type. Despite the amount of time this took, I am actually really grateful that ArcadeWorks took the console back and fixed it for me. Now that it is back though, I thought I'd do a once-over and document it for the purposes of the channel. Now that said, if the component video isn't fixed, I'm going to be a little bit upset.
Alright, I apologize if this is going to be a little crude. You'll have to trust me that the easiest place for me to set this up and test it was a CRT that I had in my garage, so that's what I'm doing. Also notice that the cartridge door on the top, this is how this was returned, so I'm going to have to open this up anyway, but this is currently stuck and jammed. So that's a little frustrating that that's how that came back. I'm also not taking any chances. I'm not using a real good cart to test this. I think this is King of Fighters 2001 and it's pretty dinged up, so that's kind of just where my faith is at this point. Alright, so that's in. So again, gonna flip the switch, hopefully component video works, and looking to see if we have BIOS 3.2 or 3.3. Well, they did get around to updating the BIOS, so that's great. And component looks beautiful. Alright, so that's 2 for 2, that's a win. And honestly, I don't really give a shit what the board looks like on the inside as long as this is working. But I'm still going to open it up because I said I would, and we'll take a look. Alright, here's a look inside the open board. This is the custom PCB for the controller port up front. It looks like the WinBond chips are still on the board. I mean, I haven't looked at my original pick before opening this, but I mean, I'm just going to guess that they straight up repaired this and sent me my original board back. So I guess that's 3 for 3. I'm pretty pleased. I mean, I know it was a long wait, but it's done. The BIOS is upgraded, component works, and it doesn't look like there's any funny business going on inside of the unit, so that's a win. So when I was outside, I was bitching about the cartridge slot, and you see how this one's nice and springy and this one's just kind of caught. If I flip this over, you can kind of see, looks like somebody just rushed putting this back together. I mean, this should be on the other side of this. And I don't know how you wouldn't know that, but I mean, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't really complain. Everything's fixed, it's back in hand. It just seems like it's rushed and a little careless. So as suspected, all I really had to do was take this screw out and then pull this door back over the side of this post, and it's fine now. Just a rush job putting it back together.
So after a lengthy wait, I am ultimately 3 for 3 here. I got the component video fixed, the Unibios was upgraded to version 3.3, and opening up, at least from what I can tell, the board looks like it's pretty legit. I know a lot of you guys out there know more about the actual hardware here than I do, so hopefully you guys can take a look at those pics and let me know if you think anything is off. But aside from that, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out outside of the wait, and just hoping that the system lasts. And that is it for today, everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and definitely subscribe. I will catch you all next time. Later, guys.